I'm Erika Tapalla, multimedia reporter for Inquirer.net, and with me are the two men behind the filing and the drafting and the filing of the writ habeas corpus for Mr. June Lozada. This is Attorney Chochoy Medina and Attorney Mel Santa Maria. So can you please tell me how you first got involved with the case?
Okay. It was, I think, Tuesday evening, and around 8:30 in the evening we were here. We did not know what was happening, and then we got a call from the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee asking if we can provide assistance to the wife, to the family of June Lozada, the star witness in the NBN, the ZTE controversy. And then that's when we first found out what was happening. So we said yes, after realizing the urgency of the situation. And so I asked for some time because I was alone in the office at the time. And then I called Tony Santa Maria. He was in his office, another part of this building. And then I asked him if we could draft a petition for the writ of habeas corpus that same evening. And he said, yes, let's start doing it. So that's how we got involved. So it was mainly a call from the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee.
Do you personally know the family of Mr. Lozada?
Well, no, we do not personally know him. We see them on television, specifically Mr. Lozada. But even Violeta Lozada, who we were supposed to represent, we have not seen when we were drafting this petition.
How come you weren't at the Senate hearing? You did not, like, we didn't see you.
We were at the Senate hearing. Two of us, in fact, we arrived very early, and we were asked to take our seats behind the main witness, the star witness Lozada. But we said we were not his lawyers for the Senate hearing.
Okay.
We were his lawyers and Violeta's lawyers, his wife, for the habeas corpus case. So we declined the invitation to sit behind him in the witness stand.
If called by the Senate to testify or to just speak with other senators, would you go?
Yes, during the last hearing, the Ateneo Human Rights Center was referred to already by Senator Joker Arroyo, and there were specific persons in that center, specifically myself, who was mentioned by Attorney Antonio Bautista. If called, we will be there and we will explain how the petition for habeas corpus was filed.
Okay.
Sure.
Can you explain the writ of habeas corpus for the readers who probably don't know what it is?
Well, when a person is taken into custody by state agents or is placed in any form of restraint, then the writ of habeas corpus allows you to inquire into the legality of the detention of that person. So this was a situation where people more or less knew who was taking him into custody. State agents. We were not really sure where he was at that time. Of course, he was in different places, and we also learned much later on that he was taken to LaSalle with guards, of course. So in that kind of situation where there is a need to act as soon as possible, the petition for the issuance of the writ of habeas corpus is the kind of remedy that is needed.
The function also of the writ is to seek from a court an order to bring the body of that person to the court. So that is also a very important relief and remedy for that writ.
Yeah. So even at that time, people were saying that he was already with LaSalle when we filed the petition for habeas corpus, but he was still under restraint. He was guarded. He was not free to move around actually, and he did what he was told to do. He left LaSalle in order to sign the affidavit, look into the affidavit. He was not really free to act, to move around. So even if the family was able to talk to him and he was brought to LaSalle to see his family, it did not mean that he was also already free and was able to do what he wanted to do. So in that kind of situation, the writ of habeas corpus is still necessary.
So do you really personally believe that his freedom was impeded at that point in time?
Well, you've heard his testimony in the Senate, and he affirmed those things, and he said though he was in LaSalle, there were guards, and his movement was controlled. He was directed to go to certain places. He was picked up at certain times. As a matter of fact, on Wednesday, Ash Wednesday, at 10 o'clock in the morning, thereabouts, he was asked to go with them again, and that was the time he went to I think Attorney Bautista, and it was that time also where the family became very nervous again, and so by 1:11 in the afternoon of that day, we filed a petition for habeas corpus, and media got news of it, and we were interviewed, and we said that the petition has to be filed because he is nowhere inside. So that at that point in time, the government, with their spokesman, then said, why do you file a habeas corpus case when he is in LaSalle? But the truth of the matter is, after we filed it at 1:11 p.m., he was returned at around 3 p.m. So we would like to believe that the petition had did its job in effect.
Yes.
Because had we not filed it, who knows where he will be at this point in time. The situation was really very extraordinary. The situation was filled with uncertainty. So we have to have some certainty at some point. And for that certainty to happen, we have to see the body. We have to know where he is. And that's it.
Can you please show us the petition for habeas corpus?
Well, I have a copy of the petition. As you can see, it was filed on February 6 at 1:11 in the afternoon. So where was Lozada at that time? He was not in LaSalle. He was taken earlier that morning to Attorney Bautista, the lawyer of the government, and he was brought back to LaSalle only at 3 o'clock that same afternoon. So when this was filed, he was not with his family. He was with government. He was in custody of the government, and he was looking into the affidavits.
Okay.
And this was signed by the wife.
Can you show us the signature,
This
please?
is the signature of the wife.
Cruz Lozada.
Cruz Lozada.